for the drive. Welcome back, because it's been a long time. I have had to take a little bit of a break for various reasons, which obviously I think this video is really going to cover, hopefully. I will do my best to keep it down to a minimum in terms of waffle. No promises, but I will do my best. So let's get going. A few years ago, you guys might remember watching a video of me very excitedly telling you that I had started my own business and set up as self-employed, with the aim of transitioning slowly, building up client base, blah 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 blah, from employment to self-employed, and then I'd go from there. You know, writer of my own destiny and all that. March 2020, start of the lockdown, the company that I worked for went bust, became insolvent and shut down with 2 weeks notice. So I was forced into full-time self-employment with no client base and no notice, which certainly wasn't what I was aiming to do. I did my best. I managed to survive, mainly with the help of some very kind and generous friends of mine in the industry, but the last 3 years have been, quite frankly, horrific. It's been very difficult to ever make enough money off each job to have build up any sort of buffer, to constantly worrying, working under at least 60 hours a week. I mean, this is not the experience of every self-employed person, I'm sure, but it just I really struggled. And obviously the stress was kind of really getting me down. I had at the start of it, relatively, he was only not even a year old, little boy, kind of looking at him every night when I put him to bed, going, what am I going to do about the future? Yeah, it was not pleasant, quite frankly, and I didn't enjoy it one bit. 3 years, I've tried my best. 2022, late 2022, I think, I got given an opportunity to just change everything. A friend of mine, who obviously works in a very different industry, just said, why don't you come and work at this place? Change career, change everything. Just is much better paid, less hours, less stress. You come in, do your job, you go home. I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll give it a go. It'd be stupid not to, considering how appetizing it looked. Went through the process of the interview and everything, got the job. So May 2023, I started my first day, obviously meeting lots of new people and kind of starting to figure out what on earth am I going to do with this actual job. And then I found out that evening that my dad took his own life. I have been debating with myself since that day whether to mention the specifics of this on any sort of platform or social, as it's a very personal and emotional journey. But I feel there's still a lot more to be done with opening up and having these kind of difficult conversations when people are feeling down and stuff like that. So I am mentioning it in the hope that someone else, if they ever feel that way, that is not the answer, quite frankly. It is never the answer, and the devastation that it has left behind is going to be difficult to shake. We're actually approaching the year anniversary of it, and I don't feel like any better, to be quite honest with you. It is very difficult some days. Some days are good days, and some days are really, really bad days. I feel that more people need to understand that no matter how sad they might be or how difficult life might be for them right now, this isn't the answer. So yeah, now obviously on top of trying to start a new career and all these things, those first early few months were very, very tough. Hence why I just couldn't face doing anything. I didn't have the energy or the mental strength to be able to come onto camera and talk about and pretend everything's all great and dandy, because it really wasn't. And obviously even now, I say sometimes I have good days, and then there are are sometimes that I don't, and you just have to deal with them. You know, seeking professional help is definitely something that my family and myself are benefiting from, and just talking to people that knew him and talking about the nice memories and those kind of things can help, certainly release the emotion. So that kind of obviously was a bit of a hiccup in my life. Late last year, December, I finally got my front bumper resprayed, something that I hadn't really taken into account when I first started this channel. That sticking a GoPro on the front and obviously hanging off the back end of sports cars and supercars, desperately trying to keep up, I didn't really account for the fact that their sticky tyres were going to throw so many stones up. The front bumper of my car looked like it had been absolutely destroyed. It was pretty nasty, I'll be honest. And obviously, as I mentioned about not having financial stability, being self-employed, I've not had the opportunity to be able to get it redone and get it repaired and stuff. So finally in December, I got my good friend Jay, and I'll put his company bits and pieces in the comments and on the screen, because definitely recommend him to anyone who's looking for some body work. Top-notch guy, really good service, really good prices, and just the results spoke for themselves. Sadly, again, I just didn't have the opportunity to film it and do like a whole thing about it at the time with work and other bits and pieces, but I just could not be happier. The car looks so much better with no lacquer peel on it and things like it, and obviously stone chips were completely gone. It just looks amazing, so huge thanks to him for sorting that out and making the car look pretty again. And then a couple of weeks ago, I finally, again after about 4 years of having the same plate in a basket and a tab open on my phone, I finally got myself a private plate. I have wanted one again since the early days of the channel. Just thought it'd be fun and nice to have something that's a bit more personal on the car, and obviously transferable to the next car. Not having the money to throw away on a plate that was just for fun, not being able to do it, but a little bit of a homage to my dad, who again kind of gave me the passion for cars and exhilaration of adrenaline, you know, going through some lovely B roads and stuff. I used a little bit of my inheritance to buy my plate. So G for my name, Graham, 16 is a double whammy, because it's not only the year I got married to my lovely wife, but also the year that I started the channel. Quite frankly, without my wife marrying me, I don't think I would have had the confidence to start the channel. So 2016 was a very significant year for me. And then FTD for the drive. I'm saving up for a house at the moment, because we've got to move nearer my work. It's a bit of a travel at the moment, so we're going to be moving nearer my work. But once that's all out of the way, the saving will be on to change, finally say goodbye to the XE after all these years of going, yeah, maybe this year, and just never happening, I know. But yes, it will at some point hopefully happen, and I'll get that Porsche that I've wanted for so long, and obviously the plate will go on that one. So thank you very much for listening to me waffle on. Sorry again, it's way longer than intended, but I feel like just needed to actually offload a few bits and pieces and kind of give you guys an update as to what I've been up to and why I've been so quiet. Basically no videos and minimal Instagram like photos being published. Hopefully this year, as we get towards the season of events and stuff like that, we'll get to enjoy a bit more sunshine and get out there and have a bit more fun and kind of get back to a bit more normality. But anyway, thank you very much for listening and watching, and I hopefully see you guys at some point soon. See you guys later.